So this is gonna be about Mariah Carey. She came out and said there are no more legends. It's just fast food acts today. And I'm not even the biggest Mariah Carey fan, even though I will give her her due. Her longevity, you can't deny. She been around over almost 3.5 decades, singer, songwriter, producer, range. I always said she was like the bride something, bar something, blue something new. I always thought of her as like a Junior Whopper, Whitney Houston, a Junior Whopper, Denise Williams, a Junior Whopper, Minnie Riperton. Had moments, did movies, did TV, did a lot of things. One of the most impactful holiday songs ever. Just had a big time career, but never really moved me like that for the hype that she got, and of course all the other stuff. But I can't take away her success. You can't take away her impact and crossover appeal and what she done. But she spoke the truth here because there are no more legends. You'd be hard pressed to really think about who stands out as artistry. When we talk about artistry, we're talking about classic songs, classic albums, classic tours, people that you really ingratiate yourself into thinking. And she, brings up a good point because the turnover of acts, the effect, and just because people have hits and big time careers, does that make you an enduring legend? You know, Before people come and bombard me, no, Beyonce ain't gonna fall into that category. Taylor Swift ain't gonna fall in that category. When I say, and Mariah doesn't fall in that category. That's reserved for the likes of the Whitney Houstons, the Aretha Franklin. Or when you think legendary acts, you think about acts that changed the game, changed the course of music, made you have to feel something, they were part of that. You have to have not only just longevity, but Mariah's got more than a lot of access out here. And I think what she's getting at is hitting is at the mainstream. I know people gonna come and say, well, you have to look it up and find it. You used to didn't have to. With all the labels and the promotion, because you be there. There's FM AM radio. But there's no more dependent on radio. There's no dependent on record sales. It's what you find on the net. Problem is what they're putting out there is garbage and it's crap. It's a sorry excuse of an industry. It's embarrassing. Ray Charles had talked about it over 20 some years ago, and he said, look, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but I did this when I was 10-year-old at talent shows. There is no depth, there's no magnitude, and it is fast food. It's like a microwave, quick turnover. Hope you don't really, let it sit there too long because it'll get cold before it has a chance to take the wrapping off. And that's what you got. You got a lot of generic, um, false acting acts that are being pushed out with agendas, you know, and they're not of any substance. So she knows better than most. She's been around. She would know. How you gonna argue with somebody who's seen up close and personal, what it was like to see the likes of a Michael Jackson be on the label with that, to see greatness. I'm talking about true greatness, not, homogenized. There's a lot that goes on. To be honest with you, the labels don't even believe most of the acts they listen to. If you were to stop most of these label hits, they're bumping old school music. They push the new because that's what they stream. And that's another hustle and a racket if there ever was one, like some mob created to manipulate. People aren't buying these records. They're not going. It's not just because of inflation or the cost of living and cost. It's just like these acts suck. They have this musical genocide plantation warfare between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, like you're supposed to buy that this is, oh yeah, it ain't bringing nothing in. If you have real acts that are bringing something, you have something. You have nothing. You have no depth. You have no magnitude. We used to demand artists to make an album tour. If they got awards, fine. Longevity, fine. You used to could tell. You don't have that no more. You have that no more. You have acts that are bought and paid for, and it shows. And the musicality is done. 6 months to a year, you done forgot all about what you remember until the next song comes on. It's just served like a fast food mindset. But they're not letting artists cut their teeth, honing their crafts and getting their chops tight. They're pushing an agenda. And they just hope that because they don't really respect the general public. I think most people are stupid. And the general music buying public is pretty dumb to just settle for the same old, same old, same without ever questioning it. And what are you embracing? What are you embracing? Because it is not felt out here. It's not felt. Let's go along to what exactly? There is nothing that is substantial that you're going to look back on 10 years from now that's out here and they go, oh, wow. They don't. And then until people go along as time goes on that they realize that there's a reason why old school is more dominant. And it's not because, it's not that people aren't longing for something that means something. It's just these acts are not that memorable. And they basically are generic hand-me-downs of a hand-me-down. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like them. Peace.